Okay, let's see how to convert standard form equations to vertex form equations. So standard form equations are in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, and vertex form equations are in the form y equals x minus h squared plus k. And it's called vertex form because it essentially tells you exactly the coordinates of the vertex, which is h, and h is the x value of the vertex, and k is the y value of the vertex. So let's see how to transform standard form to vertex form. Okay, so we have the function y equals x squared plus 6x minus 5, and we have to transform it to the vertex form. So the first step I would do is see what are my a, b, and c values. So I see that my a value is just 1, a equals 1, and I also see that my b value is equal to 6, and c is equal to negative 5. And if you remember the formula to find the axis of symmetry, which is the x coordinate of the vertex, that formula is x equals negative b over 2a. So if you plug our b and a values into this, we'll get our x coordinate of our vertex. So this is going to equal negative b, which is negative 6, divided by 2 times a, which is just 2, and this is equal to negative 3. So this is our x coordinate of our vertex. So now to find our y coordinate, all we have to do is plug it back into the equation. So if we plug in negative 3, we'll have y equals negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 minus 5. And this is going to equal 9 minus 18, which is negative 9. And negative 9 minus 5 is negative 14. So we have our a value, we have our k value, and we have our h value. So now we can put it into the vertex form equation. So we have y equals, and a is just 1, so we can just ignore it, x minus negative 3, so it's going to be positive 3 squared, and then our k is negative 14, so minus 14. And this is our final answer. Question 2, we have y equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 5. So let's label our variables again. A equals 2, b equals 8, and c equals 5. So now let's use our axis of symmetry formula, which is x equals negative b over 2a. And now let's plug in our values. Negative b is negative 8, divided by 2 times a, which is 4. So now if we do negative 8 over 4, this is going to be negative 2. So this is our x coordinate of our vertex, our axis of symmetry. And now if we plug in negative 2 into the equation, we'll get y equals 2 times negative 2 squared plus 8 times negative 2 plus 5. And if we solve this, we'll get 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 16 is negative 8, and negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. So we have our h value, k value, and a value. So now let's put it into the vertex form equation, which is y equals, now our a is not 1 anymore, so we actually have to put a value, which is 2. 2 times x minus negative 2, so plus 2 squared. And then our k value is negative 3, so minus 3. And that's our final answer. Question 3, we have y equals negative 3x squared plus 12x minus 7. So let's label our variables again. A equals negative 3, b equals 12, and c equals negative 7. So our axis of symmetry formula says that x equals negative b over 2a. So we have our b value to be 12, so negative 12 divided by 2 times a, and 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So if we divide that, we'll get 2. And 2 is our x coordinate of our vertex. So let's plug it into the original equation. Y equals negative 3 times 2 squared plus 12 times 2 minus 7. Now let's evaluate this. 2 squared is 4. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 24 is 12, and then 12 minus 7 is just 5. So we have our x and y values of our vertex, and we also have a, so y equals negative 3 times x minus 2 squared plus 5. And this is our final answer. And question 4, we have y equals 4x squared plus 16x plus 11. So our a value is 4, b equals 16, and c equals 11, x equals negative b over 2a. Our axis symmetry, and then let's plug in our values. Negative b is negative 16, divided by 2a is 8, so this is going to be negative 2. Now let's plug negative 2 back into the equation again. Y equals 4 times negative 2 squared plus 16 times negative 2 plus 11. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 32 is negative 16. And then plus 11, you'll get negative 5. So we have our values again. And let's write over here. Y equals a is 4 times x minus negative 2 plus 2 squared minus 5, which is our k value, and that's our final answer.